let's just erase a couple of these. If this goal of attacking this trend is to, if this trend here, if the goal of that is to end distribution, which is an attack of this valley, then it is naturally breaking this larger cycle up here, which is then going to slingshot into some larger part of the move in relationship to the equity in these trades. Let's do something here for a second. Let's go right here. Would this not just be the exact same thing we did right here when we attacked this level off this trend break? Did we not just break the local trend to attack the inverse as a first step? So when we attack the global and the global's value is right here, would we not just attack its inverse right here? Would we not just be doing the exact same thing? Right? Like this level here is the exact same level as this here. These are one and the same. The only difference you're seeing is the local trend is showing you its inverse and the global trend is showing you its inverse. So we have this point in Oaks where had we seen this, it's like you'd have to be crazy not to be in this trade, because it's like automatically showing you it's why it moves so quick, because people see this stuff, right? Like big money accounts see this stuff. People with institutional investors that are tossing in 50 Bitcoin in this trade right here, like this little tiny moment here, all of a sudden, boom, like this was a pretty insane trade. And there are these moves in the market, like 40% in an hour or 2 hours. Like this is a 1 hour chart, guys. This is 40% in 2 hours. Like this is ridiculous. And Skycoin was the same thing, because it had this kind of point of automatic, whether you want to call it mechanical or not, it's not really mechanical, because mechanical has a completely different term. That's me misusing the term mechanical, but I have my own meaning for mechanical. It's just like this automatic point of succession. So this actually becomes quite a simple move when you understand global and local levels. When you understand the local level has to back attack its inverse and ladder. Well, when this breaks, it has to back attack its inverse and ladder. So now if we move into the move, I bet you we're laddering off of either this level here or this level here. I bet you now we're just laddering to go back attack this. So now what we need to do is we need to find the legacy valley of this move. Right? You see how it's trying to hold that level, and it can't quite hold that level, which is fine. And then it goes down to the next hold level, which is, that's fine. This becomes a test of greed. You first touch this and bounce. Like people ask that question all the time. How do you know which valley you're going to test? Like it's safe to say that first touch rule on these valleys are going to be respected. People are going to look for reentry on people who sold here will look for reentry here. So that's fine. You have this here, and it hits an inverse level inside of this somewhere, which is perfectly normal. And then that's going to create a downtrend, and that's going to fail down and back attack this level right here. So this is all like very kosher, normal move. This is all very, and we're pretty current here on the move. This is all very normal and, what it's supposed to be. Okay, so then, right, then we would have something like, then we would have something like this. Right here. Too, right? And you would have had this right here at first, right? But then this is now swung out to here as the purple level. So, and then this creates the purple level, which is going to be the bigger breakout in the future against the larger trend. So actually right now, this is global. This is actually our blue, right? And actually then something else will become our purple. Possibly wherever the next swing is, this right here will not be it. Wherever the next, I wonder if there's something on Oaks even higher here. I wonder if we have we're on a 1 hour chart. Pretty tough to see that on a 1 hour chart. So then you'd have something like this is the ultimate legacy level, like the big breakout that it can happen. What CDT did when CDT moved up 100%, right? So then you'd have something like that, and then you'd have this here to this. Oh, Magneto, why do you do this to me? Oh. And this would be blue, which turns this green. That's not quite accurate. When you have something like this, I'll go back to the 1 hour charts here. You have this kind of falling blue trend. This isn't relevant to the move right now. This blue trend is not relevant to the move. It's this green trend that's relevant to the move. So, and this becomes the legacy level there, like this right now. And that's not to say this legacy is going to break up and have some crazy move, because then you're just starting this pattern all over again. Then you're just starting a local move, which is this. You're starting a local break, right here. So you had the first point of it right here, broke 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to use this as a swing for now. All right, like, we'll just pretend it's right here, which turns this to blue, right? So local move, just like you have local down here, and we can delete this one. Local move, attacking global trend, right? So it's going to get to this kind of point where it could automatically be a point of succession again, right? Into this right here, which is the legacy level to the global. So call them 1, 2, 3. Call them, for me, I call it local, global, and legacy, just because it makes sense, because I never really say legacy because things don't really attack legacy levels. Rather, this can be kind of like a topping out point, like come like that, and compression against the move, which is just going to show you, like, this is what happens, right? You have compression against this move for its entirety on that level, just like you had compression here like this, where something comes and it wicks and it touches and it touches and it touches until it breaks out. So this is going to be, these legacy levels are more of a point of compression. But then you have things like this where it's showing you that it's going to break 2 levels and go up and attack some valley. And before it can reach that valley, point in time, this becomes the level you short, because you will get to a point where in a few days you're compressed against the legacy point of this move. Like if you just do this like this, you can't attack this level. It's not going to happen. You're going to short against this, and then this turns into your global level against whatever locals you have in here. So then we simply go back to where we could see this in the moment. And actually, we'll just step back with Control Z, get out of the replayer tool. Oh, you can't step back once you've used the replayer? Okay, well, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Let's redraw this one thing real quick here. We had this guy right here. Come on. To this guy right here. Put tool back on right there so we can kind of see this move in its entirety. We have this level here, which is now going to be right here. And we have its inverse, and then we have its inverse for the valley. So I guess I don't know where the inverse is here. Doesn't matter again. So then when you just kind of step this move and you see what happens. I guess I marked it incorrectly here. Where's, I marked right. This is supposed to be blue. Right, because then the local level to this move, right, I'm looking too long-term here, because then the local part of this move would be here, and that would not be there right now. And let's step through that again one more time. So like trend, right? Like let's talk about this for a second. Trend. This is always feel for a move, right? What the feel shows you and where it takes you is another story. But this is always feel for a move. So when you are entering moves right now, like why I'm in MDA today, because it's breaking a global trend by floating through it, right? It's doing the same thing that Oaks did. It has a trend that it has back attacked and is trying to float through it. You simply have the valley here again, and this is a very important concept to understand. You have the valley here, which you're attacking the inverse on as a first step. So if you have this larger valley up here, right, the inverse to that valley is where you're going to short. Right? So you simply have the compression against trend there. And as it starts to flow through, it's just like, well, you'd have to be silly not to get into this trade. The only difference is if you saw it or not. Like this is the only thing. Have you seen this or not? Like did you actually, were you able to see the move? Because when this happens, you have 2 hours and you've made 40% in 2 hours because of this event happening. And it attacks the inverse level of the valley, just like this here is going to attack the inverse level and ladder up.
Hey everyone, how's it going? As you know, I'm now giving out some of this content for free that I was otherwise charging for the past little while. Yeah, drop a donation, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon. You'll get access to Discord. Great way. Lots of top level traders in there, people who are doing this for a career every single day. So go to Patreon, join a tier, get access to Discord. Go on Reddit, talk about future of trading, talk about the science of trading, talk about cotton candy, socials, everything you can. Let's help this thing grow. It's the way you guys can thank me for giving out this content for free that I was otherwise charging money for. So I'll leave a Bitcoin address on the screen. I'll leave the Patreon address on the screen. Just do something to help out. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.